Hey everybody, Rose Matter here. Welcome to part 8 of my Steins Gate Let's Play. In the last episode, Luca became the newest member of our lab mems, and he learned about the Phonewave and its time travel capabilities, and he has requested that we go back in time and somehow make him a girl, which is pretty surprising, and I'm wondering if we're actually going to be able to do that. It's kind of exciting, but I'm also kind of nervous about what the repercussions of this could be. So we're going to get into this and I guess see if we can make Luca's request come true. So let's get back into it. About 22 hours have passed since I made my mind-blowingly awesome proclamation.
Konnichiwa.
Luca enters the lab shyly, just as he did yesterday. He gives me a bashful smile when our eyes meet.
お母さん、ポケベルを持ってました。ああ、よかったね、ルカ君。これで前に進めるわね。
ルカ氏女の子バージョンか。燃えるの確定。
Mayuri, Kurisu, and Daru are already on standby. It's amazing how quickly Kurisu's turned around from being like, we shouldn't change the past, to like, she is on board now. Maybe Okabe was right about she's secretly a mad scientist who likes to experiment on people. Sending a D-mail to a pager. Yesterday we argued about whether it's even possible. Eventually we settled on probably. Data is data after all. The rest depends on the pager radio wave stations 8 years ago, but it should be fine as long as our data gets through safely. And yes, I do change between data and data, like in one moment, the one sounds more right than the other, so don't give me a hard time about that, please. We already Googled how to send data to a pager. For the pagers back then, you would first enter the other person's pager number, then, if in the Kanto region, enter *2 *2. After that, you would enter the numbers to send. That's how it worked, apparently. I mean, we couldn't even get the lottery ticket right, so the idea of sending this very vague thing back to a pager saying to eat more fruits, is that gonna work? Pagers in 1992 could still only send numbers. Phone number display functions were also yet to be implemented, so your number was hidden from the other person by default. A few years after that, pagers started to implement Japanese character displays, enabling functionality similar to that of email. Therefore, the D-mail Lukako is about to send, it's technically not a mail though, has to be sent in numerical form. Naturally, I have a conversion table for that on hand. You can find information even from 18 years ago if you just Google it. I was pretty worried by the lack of information on pagers at first, but that's my little secret.
漆原さん、あとは過去のお母さんに向けての文章をあなた自身で考えて。僕がですか？
自分の夢を叶えたいなら自分自身で道を切り開くがいい。俺たちがしてやれるのはその強払い程度のことだけだ。
We couldn't even count on Luca to get the numbers right for the lottery ticket even after explicitly being given to him, so I don't have a lot of faith. We'll see.
わかりました。
We explained to Lukako the function of the Phonewave, name subject to change. The numbers we're sending are 1-byte characters, so we can send 36 of them. The pager's number-to-letter conversion system uses 2 numbers to correspond to 1 Japanese character. Furthermore, since you first need to put *2 *2, that means you can only send 16 hiragana characters. Lukako, understanding everything, takes out a notebook to begin writing drafts for the pager message. I show Lukako the site I found. It reads pager number and letter conversion. Pager typing is commonly known as two-touch typing or pager input. It's somewhat different from cell phone input. You choose the consonant and then input the vowel. The consonants are A, K, S, T, N, H, M, Y, R, W. The vowels are A, I, U, E, O. Basically, to input K, you press 2 to input the consonant K, then you press 4 for the vowel E.
結構めんどいな。僕はてっきり831831831って打てばいいんだとばかり思っていたよ。
I don't get it. What does that mean?
どうして831なの？
831で野菜じゃん上皇。
Oh, okay.
野菜野菜野菜ってのルカ氏のお母様の頭にすり込めばいいのかと。
そんなメッセージではいたずら扱いされるだけだ。
Farris. Haven't heard from Farris in a while. Oh no, he escaped, nya. If we don't find him and kill him, misfortune will fall upon Akiba, nya. His name is the end of tutorial. He's small and nimble and he cries, choo choo, nya. Come here quick. Farris needs your help, nyan. I can help, but it won't be cheap. A rat? What kind of cat girl is afraid of rats? You disappoint me, Farris, nyan nyan. Okay, we're definitely going to be sending that.
だったらに
一応聞いてやるが、どういう意味だ？
肉
肉好きにさせてどうする？
違うよ。それだけ肉って連呼されたらね、逆にお肉見るのも嫌になって野菜を食べようって気になるかもしれないよ。
あるはねえよ。
Lukako completes his composition while we speak our nonsense.
こういう内容でどうでしょうか。母さん野菜をたくさん食べてね。
そのまま過ぎじゃね？
冒頭の母さんは不要だろう。余計な疑念を抱かせるだけだ。
じゃあ野菜をたくさん食べると女の子を産めます。ひねりすぎるのもね。それに文字数オーバーしてるわよ。野菜食べると元気な子を産める。
ちょい待ち。この変換表によると濁点も数字2個で表現しないとダメっぽい。
My goodness, this is complicated. Learning a lot
そ
about
の文
pagers
章
in
だ
this
と
episode.
半角4文字オーバーする。
ならば少し改変だ。野菜食うと元気な子を産めるでどうだ？
言い方が下品じゃない？相手は漆原さんのお母さんでしょ。食うとの部分通じるかな？
ならば代案を出してもらおうか。
Creasy shrugs her shoulders and says no more. Then it's settled.
じゃあ早速打ってみようよ。
When sending to a pager, the number encoded message is handled like a telephone number, so we enter the input into the X68000. Oh boy, I'm not going to read all that. Nope. The long random-looking string of numbers is complete.
よし、準備万端 OK だ。
Now we just activate the Phonewave, name subject to change, and have Lukako call. What if the big thing at the end of Steins Gate is we finally decide what the name for the Phonewave is going to be instead of just name subject to change? The microwave timer is set to 154152 seconds. It should arrive around January 1st, 1993. The margin of error is around 1 to 3 days, I guess. Leap year calculation's a pain, so I ignored it. Oh, maybe this might come back and bite him in the ass if he doesn't take into account leap years. Lukako's slender finger starts to tremble on top of the enter button.
いいか。起動するぞ。
Lukako looks at me with tears in his eyes, then nods faintly. The discharge phenomenon soon occurs. Lukako flinches and takes a step back, but then I see determination flare in his eyes. He sets his jaw and pushes the enter button. Is it gonna change? Is it gonna change? Oh, something changed. We still haven't found out what happened with, oh my gosh, Shining Finger, like what happened there. Something changed with her, but we don't know what. A wave of dizziness hits me again. I place a hand on the table to support myself. The dizziness slowly fades. Little by little, color returns to the world. Reading Steiner activated again. Did the world line change? I look around the room. Unlike what happened with Moeka, Lukako's still here. He blushes when he notices my stare.
岡部さん、そんなに
He's like, take off your pants. I need to see if you're a girl. I fold my arms and tilt my head. Lukako's appearance hasn't changed a bit. I'm paying particular attention to his chest, and his chest, and his chest. As a guy, it's natural for him to have no breasts. But if he's a girl now, then that's a different story. That washboard isn't tiny breast level, it's no breast level.
これは失敗か。
So the eat lots of vegetables to give birth to a girl thing Kurisu talked about was nothing but fringe science. What kind of scientist believes such a flimsy theory anyway?
失敗って何が？
Everyone, including Lukako, looks at me in confusion.
何って、お前たち揃いも揃ってボケているのか？
I slap a hand over my mouth as soon as I start talking. That was careless of me. As our previous experiments proved, the activation of reading Steiner means the world line has changed. And I'm the only one who carries his memories through the change. So maybe like with Shining Finger, and here, the things that we set out to do didn't change, but something somewhere in the world line changed, and maybe we're just not aware of what it is. Nobody else here knows what we did.
いや、なんでもない。
Afterwards, Mayuri and Lukako happily go out shopping for lunch at a neighborhood convenience store.
クリスティーナよ、一つ聞きたいのだが、ルカ子は
今度はどんな変態的行為を考えてるんだ。あんたたち変態コンビは油断も隙もないな。
変態コンビじゃねえ。僕たちは変態紳士コンビだ。
どうでもいい。ほんと、どうでもいい。
Damn, I can't ask now. It's really annoying that no one remembers. I don't want to think about how Kurisu might react if I suddenly ask, is Lukako a girl? I should wait until I can get Lukako alone and check then. Oh boy, it might not be too far off the mark with like, take your pants off. But considering how his appearance hasn't changed at all, it's very likely that the sex change failed. In that case, what did Lukako's D-mail change? It's just like the Moeka experiment. The result is different from what we expected. The real problem is that we have no control. After I leave the lab, I head to May Queen Neon Square to think. Daru sits in front of me, waiting impatiently for Farris to bring out our order.
ダルよ、D メールについてどう思う？
すごいような、すごくないような。
すごくないと思った理由は？
フェイリスタンとのライネット勝負の結果を改変できなかったお。
Now that's a selfish reason. Nope, Mayuri. I stopped by the store to buy some crunchy-kuns since you said you wanted to eat them, but you're not even here. That's mean. I put them in the fridge, so eat them soon, okay? Wait, when did I say I want to eat crunchy-kun? Is that the thing that changed? Is that, like, just very small things? I'm waiting for, like, him keeping... He keeps going and changing the timeline, and I have a feeling like it's going to culminate into something really big. Otherwise, it is kind of lame, just like all these little changes. But I'm assuming this is kind of like leading up to something really big.
何度かの実験で分かったが、D メールの精度はまだ信頼できるレベルには達していない。
I'm waiting for someone to die as a result of it. That would be something big like the Jellymen, right?
運の要素が絡んでくるのは装置としては欠陥だ。もっと送り手側がコントロールできるようにならなければ、実用性が低いままのガラクタに終わる。
For starters, that's the problem of how I'm the only one who can recognize the changes. Without my special power, we wouldn't even be able to check the results of the experiment. Ridiculous.
確かに結果出てないよな。ロト6当てるって件はどうなったん？
保留中だ。
Although it was Lukako's mistake that cost us the prize, he wouldn't have been in a position to make that mistake if I hadn't asked him to buy the ticket in my steed. Why did I do that? It's as if Steins Gate guided the money away from my grasp. No, I need to think positive.
この法王院京馬ともあろう男がこんなところでつまずいていられるものか。
言葉の意味はわからんが、とにかくすごい自信だ。
あの電話レンジカッコ仮でゆくゆくは人間を、それも過去ばかりでなく未来にも向けて送り出すことができるように改良する。改良してみせる。いや、改良しなくてはならないのだ。それがシュタインズゲートの選択なのだからな。
You really gotta stop yelling things out loud. You're a terrible mad scientist. Farris is standing right next to me. Where the hell did she come from?
おのれフェイリス、盗み聞きとは卑劣な。
何言ってるのにゃ。京馬の声が大きすぎて店中に響き渡ってたにゃ。
What? No! Once again, I leaked classified information concerning the future of mankind.
アイスコーヒーとアイスティーと猫まんまお待たせしましたにゃ。
Daro's order of cat food is one of the maid cafe's specialties. It's not the usual miso over rice, but a stylish risotto instead. It's one of Daro's favorites. It's actually pretty tasty. Farris places the iced coffee in front of me.
ミルクとガムシロは入れますかにゃ。
断る。
そんな京馬には全部入れちゃうにゃ。脳には適度な糖分が必要にゃ。
Despite my refusal, Farris pours all the milk and syrup into my glass.
にゃんにゃんにゃんにゃん。
Then, speaking some nonsense incantation, she mixes my iced coffee with a straw, and the whole time she stares straight into my eyes.
出た、これぞフェイリスタンの秘技。目を見て混ぜ混ぜだ。
Daro starts explaining in excitement.
普通ならドリンクをこぼさないようにするだけでも大変なはずなのに、フェイリスタンはそれを平然とやってのける。そこにしびれる、憧れる。この秘技によりフェイリスタンはメイクインにおける人気ナンバーワンメイドとして君臨しているのだ。
The iced coffee in the glass changes from black to brown. Damn, she's dragging me into her pace again. Next, Farris performs the same secret technique on Daro.
フェイリスタン、ありがとうございます。
He bows deeply, such a polite man. I take a sip of my iced coffee. Its bitterness and sweetness flow down my throat. When I look up, I see Farris standing next to me, her silver tray in front of her waist.
なんだ、何か用事か。
続きを聞かせるにゃ。京馬とダルにゃん、面白そうなお話してたにゃ。タイムマシンがどうとかって。フェイリス、とっても聞きたいにゃ。
Now we have no choice but to make Farris a lab mem as well. She gives me a babyish look with upturned eyes, but I firmly reject her.
極秘事項だ。部外者には明かせん。
さっき店中に響き渡るぐらい大声で話してたのはどこの誰にゃ。
だ、
ダルにゃ。フェイリスに教えてほしいにゃ。
She's targeting Daro now. Don't underestimate him, Farris Nyan Nyan. He's gonna give it up right away. Daro is my most trustworthy right-hand man, the wizard-class Supahaka. He won't be tricked into divulging classified information.
実はメールを過去に送れるっていうすげえマシンを作ったんだお。主に僕が。
And he's broken. Women are scary.
それってつまりタイムマシンってことにゃ。
そういうことになるかな。
タイムマシンを作ったなんてすっごいにゃ。フェイリスはダルニャンの頭の良さにキュンキュンしそうだにゃ。
マジで困ったな。うへうへ。
Dumbass, what's with that grin?
フェイリスはタイムマシンに乗って時間旅行するのが夢なのにゃ。
僕がいつか連れてってあげるよ。
だる、安請け合いするな。
ところで 昔から疑問だったんやけど、時間ってどんなものなのかにゃ。
何？
I wonder if she finds out that we use the IBN 5100, she's gonna be like, well, I'm entitled to it because you wouldn't have found that without me, so there.
よく時間を川に例えて、過去から未来に向かって流れてるとか言うにゃ。でも本当にそうなのかにゃ。もし川の流れだとして、過去と未来に挟まれた現在はどこにあるのにゃ。それは点なのか線なのか、そもそもどこからどこまでが現在なのにゃ。
そういえば漠然とイメージはあるけど、真面目に考えたことはないな。
現在は川の上に浮かぶ葉っぱだ。それは過去から未来へと流れに沿って動いていく。
そんじゃその葉っぱに全ての人間が乗ってるって考えればいいのかにゃ。死んだら葉っぱから落ちるってことになるのにゃ。
そういうことだろう。その葉っぱのある地点より川の上流は過去、下流が未来と定義できる。
ふにゃー。でもその葉っぱは人間にとっての現在にゃ。
というと？
人間が時間に単位を作って観測してるから葉っぱは現在だってわかるにゃ。けど例えば全宇宙すべての生き物が絶滅しちゃった世界だと現在を観測できる存在がいなくなっちゃうと思うのにゃ。
Damn, look at Farris with that philosophy there. I was like, it's pretty clever actually.
その場合どこが現在になるのにゃ。
神様とか宇宙の意志とかが観測するんじゃね？
じゃあもしその神様が4次元的存在だとしたら過去にも未来にも自由に行けることになるにゃ。
Alright, 4D. Four-dimensional space-time is comprised of the three spatial dimensions plus the fourth dimension, time. Three-dimensional beings like humans can only move in the three spatial dimensions. A four-dimensional being would be able to move through time as easily as humans can move through air.
その神様の現在が基準になるなら、フェイリスたちの現在も過去方向に行ったり未来方向に行ったりしないとおかしいにゃ。
むむむ。
つまり現在は観測者の主観に委ねられると言いたいのか？
もしそうなら過去と未来も主観次第になっちゃうにゃ。もしタイムマシンでフェイリスが1週間前にタイムトラベルしたとしたら、京馬やダルニャンの現在とフェイリスの現在は1週間ずれちゃうにゃ。
そういえばそうだな。
だとしたらそのズレは葉っぱだとどうやって表現するのにゃ？
Neither Daru nor I have an answer to that. Look at that, she just took you for a fool. Damn, Farris. Perhaps nobody has an answer, just like the collapse of causality thing that Karisu mentioned. I was like, hey, she might actually be a pretty good lab ma'am anyway. She's bringing some interesting ideas into the mix. Does that mean that time machines and time travel are impossible after all? No offense to, to Mayuri and Luca, but I feel like she would bring more in terms of thinking about things like this. But CERN's jellified test subjects physically traveled as far back as 1921.
そもそも観測者の主観に委ねられるなら時計は関係なくなっちゃうのにゃ。楽しい時間は早く過ぎるし、辛い時は時間が過ぎるのが遅く感じるにゃ。つまり主観だと時間の流れは変動しちゃうにゃ。
そういえばさ、年を取るにつれて時間の流れって速くなってるような気がするよな。
Oh, yes it does. Yes it does.
ジャネの法則だな。
Janet's law, a perspective on the passage of time proposed by psychologist Janet. For some reason, as one ages, time seems to pass by more quickly. For example, 1 year is 1/7 of a 7-year-old's life, but only 1/70th of a 70-year-old's life. By this reasoning, the subjective length of time is inversely proportional to age.
とまあ、フェイリスはたまにそんなことを考えてるのにゃ。だから安易に時間を川の流れに例えるのはちょっと違うような気がするのにゃ。
考えれば考えるほどこんがらがってきた罠。
The strict definition of time, similar to the question of where is the self, is one of humanity's internal questions. Countless renowned scholars have left this question unanswered. There's no way amateurs like us could answer it. But there's one thing I can do.
Nya.
案ずるな。俺たちが開発するタイムマシンはそういう哲学的であったり物理学的考察など関係なく時空跳躍を可能にしてしまうのだな。そうだよな、ダル。
そうそう、そういうこと。
にゃー、開き直っちゃったにゃ。でもダルニャンたちの作ったタイムマシン、フェイリスも使ってみたいにゃ。ダメかにゃ。
まあ僕の権限ならフェイリスタンにも使わせてあげなくもないよ。
ほんとかにゃ。約束だにゃ。
ダル、勝手なことをほざくな。
Farris springs up with joy and hugs Daru's rotund body. That's all it takes to make Daru look like he's died and gone to heaven. After killing some time at May Queen, I leave Daru and head back to the lab. The only person there is Mayuri. She's working on a costume.
マユリよ、今のお前の姿はまるで内職で夜鍋しているようだぞ。
夜鍋って何？夜にお鍋を食べるの？
Sigh, kids these days.
ちなみにね、マユシーはコスでお金は取らない主義なのです。
Seems like she's understood the rest of what I said. It was just a joke anyway.
趣味は趣味のままがいいもん。それにね、自分の作ったコスを誰かに着てもらうだけで幸せなんだ。
将来は服飾デザイナーにでもなるのか？
Come to think of it, Mayuri has never talked about her future.
それは無理だよ。
だったら将来の夢は何だ？ちなみに俺は世界の支配構造を打ち崩すことだ。
Yeah, don't write that on a job application. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
マヨシーはとりあえずね、このラボでのんびりやっていきたいな。
何？生涯ラボ面宣言か？その志の高さは買うが、このラボは採算度外視なのだ。飯は食っていけないぞ。
ねえねえオカリン、ラボ面6人になったね。
I was gonna say.
こんなに増えるなんてね、マユシーは思ってもなかったよ。
She wouldn't be hurting for food if you didn't jellify all of her food that she buys. That's a sudden change in topic. And for some reason she's puffing her chest out in pride.
マユシーが人質になった甲斐があったかも。
いいな、断じていいなだ。我がラボに集った者たちは全員この俺の策略によりまんまとラボ面にさせられた連中に過ぎないのだからな。
そういう言い方は良くないと思うな。それにね、マユシーはまんまとさせられてないよ。
あ、そうだったな。お前は自分からこのラボに来たのだった。
She joined the lab without my ever asking. When she appeared in the doorway and offered to join, I thought she was a goddess sent from heaven.
ねえ、オカリン？オカリンはこれからもマユシーのこと人質にしておいてくれる？
Is that a joke or a serious question? I can't tell.
お前は人質のままでいたいのか？
Mayuri drops the costume in her hand, and then she smiles shyly.
痛いか
なんというド M な娘だ。お前がそんなはしたない女だったとは思わなかったぞ。
も。だって人質でいればね、マユシーは寂しくないし、オカリンも寂しくないから
そうか。
Aw, these moments are pretty cute when they just like act sort of normal and they can just act like friends. Sometimes Mayuri throws me off my game, but if that's her reason for staying at the lab, then I'm happy.
そろそろマユシーは帰るね。
Mayuri stands up and starts putting away her various sewing tools.
マヨリ、帰りがけに何か食っていくか。おごるぞ。
Aw, there we go. Look at him acting like a good friend.
本当？どうしたの？
今日の俺は気分がいいのだ。
じゃあね、キッチン二郎がいいな。あそこのメンチカツはね、神なのです。
She'll get no argument from me.
任せるがいい。
わーい、オカリン大好き。マユシーはとっても幸せだよ。
Well, at least she's easy to please. Mayuri and I head for Kitchen Jiro. After that, I'll see her safely to the station. I mean, you owe her a little bit more than that for all the food that you've ruined, but it's a good start. I spend the next morning doing laundry at the nearby laundromat. When I return to the lab just past noon, Daru, Mayuri, and Kurisu are all assembled. Oh, and we've got a mail. From Farris. There's a lot I don't know about myself, nya. Why does Farris have cat ears when other people have people ears? Why can Farris only speak in Yan-Yanian? Where is my home, the Chinchilla Star? I want to know the truth. That's why I have to go, nya. To where all the answers can be found. There's a lot of choice here we have here. Half human, half demon. I want to take you back to the lab and run some experiments. Do you mind? Nyan-Yanian. Quit talking like that. It's annoying. Chinchilla Star. Too bad your homeworld has already fallen to the great Huyen Kiyoma. Mwahahaha. Alright, let's do the cat ears.
土曜日なのにご苦労。研究熱心なラボメンばかりで頼もしい限りだ。
そうよね。
Kurisu sighs deeply.
夏真っ盛りのこの時期にバカンスにも行かずにこんな暑苦しい場所で変態どもと話してるなんて。どこで選択を誤ったんだろう。
She's really giving us a verbal beatdown.
涙を拭け。友達が一人もいない実験大好きっ子よ。
泣いたらんわ。だいたいメールで呼びつけたのはあんただろ。
いかにも俺だ。だが律儀にそれに従い、こうして時間通りにラボへ来たのはお前の意志だ。
クリスちゃんはね、本当はとっても素直で真面目な女の子なんだってマユシーは思うな。
Mayuri smiles as she eats some nuggets from McD's. Fictional, a fast food hamburger chain boasting top market share based in America.
そんなクリスちゃんがね、マユシーはとっても愛おしいのです。
ナゲット食べながらいきなり何言い出すのよ、この子。
Don't let it bother you. That's just Mayuri's nature. I've been with her for a long time, so I'm used to it. I don't know what eating the nugget has to do with anything.
ユリフラグですね。わかります。
Oh boy, lots of tips in this one. Okay, flag, a metafiction term, refers to common methods of foreshadowing particular events. A death flag, for example, suggests that a character will die shortly. Death flags and romance flags are the most frequent.
わからんでよろしい。
はい、クリスちゃんにナゲット1個あげるね。
ありがとう。
While listening to their heartwarming banter, I go to put my laundry on the table. However,
そんなところに置くなよ。汚いな。
洗濯済みだ。
知るか。年頃の女子がいる前にパンツを含む洗濯物を堂々と置くのはデリカシーなさすぎだろって言ってんの。
俺のパンツが気になってしょうがないのならばそう言え。
気になってなんかないわよ。
2人とも パンツ言うの禁止。マユシーは食事中なんだよ。
そうは言いつつも口にナゲットを運ぶ手は止めないのな。
俺の話の腰を折るな。
I end up putting my laundry in the changing room.
昨日ダルには話したが、これまでの一連の実験の結果を受けて気づいたことがある。 D メールには不確定要素が強すぎるということだ。結果に対する確実な保証がない。
しょうがないんじゃない？受け取った側がどういう対応をするかに結果が委ねられているんだから。逆に言えば相手の性格、性質を分析し誘導させることだって可能かもしれないし、そういう心理学的な要素を考えるのはどこぞの法王院パンツさんには無理かもしれないけど
Hey, if he can give her an embarrassing nickname, she can do the same, right?
マキセ氏さ、パンツって言いたいだけちゃうんかと。
パンツはともかくとして D メールにまだ博打のような感覚があるのは確実。
I need a more reliable time machine before I can expose CERN and the organization and plunge the world into chaos.
そこで今回諸君に集まってもらったのは他でもない。本日の円卓会議の議題は、
またいつの間にか円卓会議にされてるし。
そんなに円卓会議やりたいならせめて円卓を買ってきなさいよ。
違うよクリスちゃん。この前オカリンが言ってたけど、円卓はみんなの心の中にあるんだって。
まゆりさんって本当に純真な子なのね。でも岡部の言うことはあんまり真に受けない方がいい。
そうなの？
円卓の定義など今はどうでもいいのだ。それよりも議題は D メールではなく、セルンと同じように物理的タイムトラベルを行う方法を模索したいという件についてだ。
Okay, this is exciting if we can do this. I don't know how with a microwave, but
バカ言わないで。
that was fast. And she's glaring at me even harder than she was during the whole underwear thing.
セルンがあれだけの大規模な装置を使ってすでに9年もかけてるのにまだ成功すらしてないんだぞ。私たちにどうにかできるわけないじゃない。
ゲルオカリンになっちゃうね。
ゲロカエルン的な？つうかあれなんで流行ったんだろうな。
Garo Froggy Fictional, a series of plush straps featuring an ugly yet ugly cute frog character which became a fad among high school girls in Shibuya 1 year ago. After the Shibuya earthquake, the series was cancelled and their popularity faded rapidly.
いや、笑い事じゃなく。
諦めるには早すぎるのではないか。我らはすでに D メールという人類史上初の快挙を達成したではないか。
だから史上初じゃないって。セルンの方が先じゃね？
人類史上初の時空を超えるメール。それを成し遂げた俺たちに不可能という文字はない。
根拠のない自信ね。そもそも D メールが使えるようになったのだって単なる偶然じゃない。未だにリフターに代替しているものが何なのかすら解明できていない。
それが解明できればいいのだろう。
全然ダメ。セルンですら解決できていない問題にはどう対処する？局所場指定ができないんじゃどこに飛ぶかわからない。
何もない宇宙のど真ん中に飛ばされるのはごめんだお。
That is a problem. If you can't control where you'll end up, your time machine is worthless.
いや、ちょっと待て。D メールは局所場指定をしていないぞ。にもかかわらずきちんと指定先に届いている。これはどう説明する？
言われてみれば
メルアド指定してるからちゃんと届いてるんじゃね？
そうなのかな。携帯の電波なんて何千万キロも離れた場所から捕捉できるとは思えないけど。
電波が届かないところにいます。 ってなるんじゃないかなってマユシーは思います。
I stared at my phone.
あるいは携帯電話はブラックホールとホワイトホールを兼ねているのかもしれん。
White hole, the reverse of a black hole. While nothing can escape a black hole, everything is ejected from a white hole. The existence of white holes is hinted at theoretically, but actual proof is impossible. They have never been observed.
憶測で物を言うべきじゃない。そんなの根拠ゼロよ。
ワームホールができている可能性は？
未だかつてワームホールの実在が確認されたことはない。
I groan. Karisu and Daru fall silent. The problem has them stumped, too. Mayuri's the only one smiling. She probably doesn't understand and is just smiling because she feels like it.
いずれにせよ、厳然たる事実として D メールは過去に届いている。それがセルンに対して俺たちがリードしている点だ。タイムトラベルについても D メールを応用すれば実現の可能性はあるのではないか？
でもさ、 D メールじゃ36バイトプラスアルファのデータ量しか送れないじゃん。人間を丸々物理転送させるなんてマジ無理。
It's the same problem that SERN is having, and the reason their subjects turn into jellymen.
ゲルオカリンになりたければ止めないわよ。
Recalling the fate of CERN's researchers makes my skin crawl. Kerr black holes, ring singularities, supergravitational space-time distortions. If you can adjust the lifter's volume of electron injection, you might be able to make the ring singularities naked. But even CERN is having a hard time controlling the lifter. Even if we do figure out what's functioning as the lifter in our time machine, I doubt we'll be able to solve the problem easily. Meaning that at present we can only send a mere 36 bytes of data. I wonder how much data there is in a human body. I bet it's more than an exabyte. Exa, 10 to the power of 18, prefixes are kilo, mega, giga, tera, peta, exa in order of increasing magnitude. 1 exa equals 1 quintillion.
物理的転送なんて考えない方が身のためね。データだけのタイムトラベルだけでもすごいことなんだから、それで我慢すべき。
Sending data through time is enough, huh?
世の真理を探求する科学者とは思えない後ろ向きな発言だな。
身の丈に合ったことを考えろって言っている。真理を探求するならしかるべき頭脳と設備とお金を揃えないと。少なくともセルン並みにはね。こんな貧乏サークルじゃ志だけ高くても何もできない。前から思ってたけど、電話レンジはちゃんとした研究機関に持ち込んで専門家に委ねるべきよ。
I was gonna say maybe we would have had some money if Luca hadn't messed up the lottery tickets. I will never forgive him for that. I love you, Luca. I'm sorry.
セルンがタイムマシンの研究を極秘にしてるなら、私たちはきちんと公表して人類の未来のために役立てなきゃ。
もし公表すれば機関のやつらに俺の存在を気づかれる。
あのね、こっちは真面目に話してるんだぞ。冗談言ってる場合じゃ。
それに俺たちはセルンをハッキングした身だ。奴らは人体実験までしている非常な連中。その背後には国家の枠組みさえ超えた強大な権力も見え隠れする。もし電話レンジカッコ仮を公表すれば俺たちは消されるかもしれん。
映画の見過ぎじゃない。
300人委員会という名前が実際にセルンの資料にあった。
そうだけど。
Creasy's tone weakens.
なんだかマユシーは怖いよ。
ハッキングがバレたらガチで僕たち消されそうだよね。バレるようなヘマはしてないけど。
それにこれが何よりも問題なのだが。
I lower my voice and look hard at each one of them and turn.
公表してしまったらもう好き勝手に D メールが送れなくなるではないか。
あんたね。
この夢の装置をそう簡単に手放すものか。俺は法王院京馬、時空を支配する狂気のマッドサイエンティスト。望むのはそう、混沌。
ダメだこいつ、早くなんとかしないと。
Right. I just noticed I like how it has based on like otaku science, other. Alright, this guy's hopeless, a quotation from a popular manga about death notes, spoken by the protagonist in reference to his female accomplice. Original quote, "This girl's hopeless, I'd better do something quick." Used to express exasperation. Still haven't watched Death Note. I probably should. I've heard nothing but good things about it. There's a lot of things I need to watch, I know.
え？
Everybody freezes.
クリスティーナ、お前、アットチャンネル。
うるさい。それ以上言うな。そんなわけないから。
Kurisu gives me her sharpest glare yet. Her eyes are so cold my spine turns to ice. I nod and swallow what I was going to say.
そういえばダルよ。セルンへのハッキングはその後、さらに進んだか？
He did say it would take time to learn how to use the IBN 5100, but I know he's been coming to the lab every day to work on it. His monitor is always displaying some kind of program and his fingers are always busy on the keyboard.
ああ、今はセルンの膨大な資料を漁ってるとこ。翻訳しながら全部読むのに何年かかるやら。一応重要そうなところはマキセ氏に渡しておいたけど、まあ基本的には僕にはもうやれることはないよ。セルンは今や僕の思いのまま。
お前が味方でよかったとつくづく思うよ。
If only you weren't so weak to seduction.
それでクリスティーナ、翻訳状況について報告を。
そのいちいち芝居がかった喋り方、どうにかならない？なんか軽くイラッとくるのよね。
Myri takes a cute idol-like pose and smiles for some reason.
クリスちゃん、オカリンの幼なじみとして教えてあげると、オカリンの喋り方はね、そのうち慣れちゃうよ。
そのうちっていうのが10年後じゃないことを祈るわ。
お前、この俺と10年来の付き合いをしたいというのか？それはつまりこのラボに骨を埋めるという意味。
皮肉よ、皮肉。
そうか。ではさっさと報告しろ、クリスティーナ。でなければお前のことをネラーと呼ぶ。
違うっつってんでしょ。
She glares at me again. My blood goes cold.
一応時間を見て翻訳は進めてるけど、今のところタイムマシンに関する目新しい情報はなし。やっぱりセルンも問題の解決策を見つけようと四苦八苦してる。
Maybe they'll have to wait another 24 years like Titor said.
ダル、他に成果は？
成果じゃないけど、今セルンは実験の真っ最中みたいでさ、ちょうど LHC がフル稼働してんだよね。そこに割り込んでこっそり使わせてもらえないかなって模索中。
嘘。
Kurisu's stunned. Honestly, so am I.
それってすごいの？
すごいどころじゃない。とんでもないことやらかそうとしてるわね。スーパーハッカー、恐ろしい子。
Another otaku thing. You know they're gonna call her out again. A quotation from a classic manga about glass masks, used to express amazement at someone's incredible skills. Glass masks? I'm trying to think of what that's in reference to.
おい、クリスティーナ。お前わざとだろ。
何のこと？
She's an at-channeler, no doubt about it.
でもまあそれができるようになったところで使い道なんてないだろうけどな。
作戦は順調だな。第3段階にはいつ入れる？
第3段階って何ぞ？
セルンがひた隠しにしている禁断の領域。そこに隠された闇を暴くことに決まっている。
日本語で OK。
IBN5100 で構築されたデータベースがあっただろう。そこへのハッキングにはもう着手したのかと聞いているのだ。
Daru frowns.
ああ、それは無理って言ったじゃん。
IBN5100 さえあればなんとかなるんだろ
う。なる。でも逆に言えば、だからこそ手も足も出ないわけで。
ん？
Wait, what? So it's on IBN 5100 they have? Again, this feeling of disconnect. The conversation isn't making sense.
IBN5100 は俺が手に入れてきただろ。
Oh shit, is that what changed?
まだ触ってもいないのか？
They never got the IBN 5100?
え？手に入れてきた。
Oh shit.
いつ？
Puzzled, I look at Kurisu and Mayuri. Mayuri looks confused, like always. Kurisu meets my eyes and shrugs her shoulders.
私も聞いてないわよ。
バカな！
That just can't be. I dash into the development room. The IBN 5100 I borrowed from Yanabayashi Shrine should be on the shelf inside. It's in a cardboard box and it weighs 25 kilos. Too heavy for a single person to carry. Oh, did Shining Finger, did she go back in time? And did she, like, maybe text herself? Instead of texting herself the thing about the phone, she texted herself where the IBN 5100 would be and she grabbed it before we could. But when I go to look...
No.
It's no longer where I left it. I bet that's what happened.
IBN5100 ここに置いてあったのに。
Because something
どこに
changed.
消えた？
Something changed when she emailed, and she said she was going to email about the phone, but I don't know if maybe she changed it at the last minute. Everyone looks at me in surprise.
何を鳩が豆鉄砲食らったみたいな顔している。柳林神社に奉納されていた伝説のレトロ PC だ。お前たちもよく知っているだろう。
So if we go and see Luca, maybe he'll say like, oh, some woman picked it up.
そんなの知らないよ。
Or maybe with the Luca thing, maybe when we changed his timeline, maybe the IBN 5100 never even showed up at the shrine. Who knows?
柳林神社に奉納って、そんなアホな。
幻覚でも見てたんじゃない？最近暑いから。
Despair drags me down like quicksand. We can't hack that database without the IBN 5100. Who stole it? The organization? CERN? CERN is a possibility. Maybe they noticed our hacking and stole the IBN 5100 from the lab. No. Even if they could steal the IBN 5100 from the lab, they can't steal Mayuri and Daru's memories of it. What happened? Wow. Messed up her name there. Mocha, my goodness. Maybe I should check with her first. Could someone other than Mocha have stolen the IBN 5100? I consider the possibilities. The next name that comes to mind is...
まさか。
Oh, part-time warrior?
ジョン・タイターか。
Or Titor, okay.
そうだ。タイターの目的は IBN5100 を手に入れることだった。すでに俺は何度かコンタクトを取っている。しかしどうやって俺の個人情報を手に入れた？
Say maybe I'm trying to think like going back in the past with all of these people around him who all of a sudden were very like aware and interested in the IBN 5100. Maybe they secretly are from the organization and they knew that he had this Phonewave thing, so they wanted to step in and try and take it from him to prevent him from getting it. I don't know. While I'm trying to decide whether I should send the mail, Kurisu tells me to calm down. A high school girl is chiding me. She dares make a fool of Hoi and Kyoma? Irritated, I explain the purpose of the IBN 5100 and how I came to obtain one. During that time, I also send Mooka a mail for confirmation.
IBN5100 が消えたのはこれまでに過去を改変した誰かの影響かもね。
おお、俺の話を信じてくれるのだな。
でも私の主観ではこれまでに送った D メールは些細な内容ばかりよ。
最初に電話レンジちゃんがタイムマシンだって気づくきっかけになったメールだよね。
オカリンは変態って内容で送ったよな。
That changed
あとは
everything.
D メール実験で私が岡部の携帯に何十通も送った。でもどれも中身のない文面ばかりだから、あれで過去を改変できるとは思えない。
僕も2通送ったお。フェイリスタンとの勝負に勝てる秘策を書いた。
それともう一つ、岡部が一番最初に偶然送った私が死んでるうんぬんってメール。
だが俺の主観ではそれ以外にも何通か送られている。
ロト6の当たり番号を書いて送ったんだっけ。ルカちゃんがその番号を買ったけど結局当たらなかったやつ。
岡部以外は送ったところを誰も知らないけどね。
だがお前たちにもその後で見せたはずだぞ。俺の携帯に残っていた着信履歴を。
あれは惜しかったよね。
それぐらいじゃないかな。
Oh, part-time warrior. I've said that riding a bicycle is fun, right? But I get muscle pain from it. Despite appearances, I have a weak constitution. This is the taste of a liar. I was gonna say, even if Mooka, like, even if she might lie about it, like if she used the D-mail to get a hold of the IBN 5100, she's gonna lie and be like, you didn't say anything like that.
いや、まだある。萌香とルカ子が D メールを送っている。
そうだった。でもそう主張しているのは岡部だけなのよね。私も橋田もまゆりさんも誰も知らない。
まゆしはなんだか頭がこんがらがってきちゃったのです。
だから言っているだろう。世界が改変される前と後で記憶を連続して持っていられるのは俺だけなのだと。
それであんたの主観ではその IBN5100 はいつ消えたの？ついさっきの話なの？確実にこのラボにあったのはいつまでの話？
それは。
I put my index finger to my forehead and searched my memories. IBN 5100, IBN 5100.
確か8月3日だ。記憶では8月3日までは確かにこのラボに存在していた。
And when did Mooka send the D-mail?
間違いないのね。
と思いたいが。
So many things have happened, my memories are a jumble. I mean, that's me in my everyday life, and I don't have a time-traveling machine to deal with and worrying about the timelines and stuff. Like, I just forget things that happen day to day. Let's go over the events which lead to me obtaining the IBN 5100. I heard that Farris was a retro PC maniac who knew about the IBN 5100. I learned that 9 years ago she donated her IBN 5100 to Yanabayashi Shrine. I asked Lukako's dad for help, and he lent me the IBN 5100 just like that. Mission complete. At the very least, Farris and Lukako should remember what happened. I should give them a call. First up is Lukako.
Hi, Okabe さん、こんにちは。おとといは恥ずかしいところ見られちゃって、忘れてください。
恥ずかしいところ？
コスプレを。
Oh, that? That was just Lukako getting embarrassed for no reason.
それより IBN5100 について聞きたい。IBN5100。柳林神社に9年ほど前に預けられたレトロなパソコンのことだ。知っているな？
はい。
He remembers. Lukako really remembers.
俺が少し前に神社に行って探し当てたんだよな。それでお前の親父さんに頼んで貸してもらった。間違いないよな。
そんなはずは。
違うのか。
僕の記憶ではそんなことはなかったような気がします。
What? Is this another effect of changing the past?
IBN5100 がその神社にあったのは事実なんだな。今もあるのか。
いえ、わかりません。
今どこにいる？近くにお前の親父さんはいるか？
いません。
そうか。わかった。急に電話して悪かった。
はい。すみません。お役に立てなくて。
The IBN 5100 was at Yanabayashi Shrine. That's a fact. And Lukako knew that. I need to check if it's still there or not. Could the IBN 5100 have returned to the shrine? Did that huge retro PC sprout legs and trot back? That's just silly. But gel bananas have teleported out of the microwave. Mooka also instantly moved from the lab to somewhere else. Considering that, it's entirely possible the same thing happened to the IBN 5100. Maybe I should go check later. Next is Farris. By the way, I haven't told Farris my phone number. I'm afraid if I talk to her on the phone, she'll drag me into her usual nonsense. So there's only one option.
マユリオ、フェイリスと連絡を取りたい。
Mayuri's eating an eclair. She must have stuck some in the fridge when I wasn't looking.
おかりんも食べる？おいしいよ。
Now that she's mentioned it, Kurisu and Daru are eating too.
まったくのんきな奴らだな。このラボで不可解なことが起きたというのに。
すべて岡部の妄想って可能性もあるわけだし、慌てたってどうしようもない。
It's not just in my head. It's not.
フェリスちゃんに用事があるの？今日お店に出てるかな？
今日のフェイリスさんはバイト休みだお。
Well done, Daru. You know Farris's schedule better than her coworker. That's kind of scary. I award you the title of Farris Stalker.
マイレは奴の携帯番号を知っているだろう。連絡を取ってみてくれ。
Mayuri takes out her phone and makes a call. After a short wait, Mayuri smiles.
あ、フェリスちゃん、こんにちにゃんにゃん。まゆしーにゃん。
にゃん。
Oh right, this is the first time Kurisu has heard Mayuri speak Nyan-Nyanian.
休みなのにごめんね。おかりんがフェリスちゃんとお話ししたいことがあるんだって。変わってもいいかな？おかりんはおかりんだよ。京馬って誰？
The hell are they talking about? By the way, Farris is the only person who calls me by my true name, Hoyen Kiyoma. I'm thankful for that, but she still drives me crazy. Go figure that the only person that will call him by his name is someone that he considers crazy.
とにかく変わるね。はい、おかり。
I take Mayuri's phone. Farris's face is displayed on the LCD. She's wearing cat ears even though it's her day off.
俺だ。おーい、今日もだ。
京馬がフェイリスに用事なんて珍しいにゃ。
どうしても聞きたいことがあったのだ。お前は昔柳林神社にレトロ PC を奉納した。それに間違いはないか？にゃん。何？にゃんとはどういう意味にゃ？
Oh crap, I started to talk like her. Kurisu bursts out laughing. Looks like she heard.
間違いないにゃっていう意味にゃ。IBN5100 っていう名前だって知ったのはすごく最近やけど。
何？最近知ったとはどういう？
ダルニャンに教えてもらったのにゃ。
So that's it. At any rate, Farris has confirmed that the IBN 5100 was at Yanabayashi Shrine. So did the IBN 5100 disappear from the lab after I retrieved it? No, Kurisu and the others lost their memories of me bringing it back to the lab, so I'm considering two possibilities. One, I went to the shrine but didn't acquire the IBN 5100, so it's still at the shrine. Two, before I went to the shrine, someone moved the IBN 5100 somewhere else. Looks like I'll have to go to the shrine after all.
レトロ PC がどうしたんや？
いや
Farris was a retro PC maniac, wasn't she? Let's just make sure.
IBN5100 について他に情報はないか？超レアな PC なのだ。お前はカリスマメイドとしてこの秋葉に強いネットワークを持っているだろう。それを使って今秋葉にある IBN5100 を探してもらいたい。
We only need to find one. It doesn't matter if it's the one I found at the shrine.
ふにゃー。探してもいいけど、条件があるにゃ。
条件？
Is she trying to strike a deal? That's unexpected.
聞こ
じゃあ、これからフェイリスのお家まで来てほしいのにゃ。
Oh my gosh, Dara would kill me if he found out.
う。うちだと？お前のうちはどこだ？
No, don't let Dara know. It's bad enough that he knows her work schedule. He doesn't need to know where she lives. I quickly prepare a memo pad and write down the address Farris recites.
なんだ？お前秋葉に住んでいるのか？
That'll make things quick. Judging by the address, it should be right next to the station.
それじゃ、待ってるにゃ。
I return Mayuri's phone and stand up from the couch. Let's stop by Yanabayashi Shrine and then head to Farris's place.
で、
I look over my shoulder with a frown.
なぜお前たちまでついてくるんだ？
Mayuri and Dara are following me, even though I didn't ask them to come. Kurisu stayed back at the lab.
だってね、マユシーはフェリスちゃんのお家遊びに行ったことないんだもん。一度ね、行きたいなって思ってたんだ。
つうか、フェイリスさんのプライベートとか凸せざるを得ないだろ、上皇。
I was gonna say, I don't like the fact that Dara is going to Farris's house. The fact that he knows her work schedule is bad enough. It might be a bad idea to take the Farris stalker along. A really bad idea. Yes, exactly. Well, whatever. If Farris has a problem with it, then we can send him away when we get there. Nothing else matters as long as I get Farris to search for an IBN 5100. Of course, if the IBN 5100's at Yanabayashi Shrine, then that won't even be necessary. I stop by the shrine, but Lukako's not there. I guess he was out when he answered the phone earlier. I've got no other choice, so I go to the humble shrine office and press the intercom button. Luka's dad comes out. When I try asking him if the IBN 5100 was donated to the shrine, he answers, it certainly was. But after he tries looking for it, he says he can't find it anywhere and he has no idea where it went. Okay. Did I say this before? I have a feeling that Mocha might have given herself that information and gone back and gotten it, but I would imagine that the dad would remember giving it to someone, not just the fact that it's not there at all. I ask if he lent me the IBN 5100 before, but that event is gone from his memory. What's going on here? While heading towards Farris's place, I analyze the situation. The IBN 5100 has disappeared from the lab, even though it was there just a few days ago. It has also disappeared from Yanabayashi Shrine. It's like some god is messing with me, moving it every time I get close. The D-mails definitely have something to do with this. I can only begin to imagine how the past has changed. At any rate, it looks like we'll have to rely on Farris. The usual weekend crowd packs the front of Akiba Station. Girls dressed in maid outfits and school uniforms diligently distribute flyers to the passers-by. I appreciate their efforts in this god-awful heat. After a few melanin-boosting moments walking in the sun, I come to a sudden stop.
どうしたの？
Oh, I think we're going to have a confrontation here. I've caught sight of a woman squatting on the side of the road, hugging her knees and typing on her phone. That's got to be lab mem number 5, Kiryu Mooka. Wait, is she still a lab mem? Mayuri and Daru don't remember her. Well, whatever.
なんという幸運
There's something I need to ask her. I wonder if he has the same thoughts that I do. I run up to Mooka.
おい、視圧師
I try getting her attention, but she's stuck in her own little world.
IBN
Oh, okay.
どうしてないの
Oh. So maybe she
この
did.
町に本当にあるのもしかしても
Maybe she did try and go to the shrine. She gave herself that information through the D-mail, but because it messed with the past, the IBN 5100 wasn't there, so that's why she's like, why is it gone? Because she thought it was supposed to be there.
聞いているのかシャイニングフィンガー
どこかにあるはずじゃないとおかしい FB はあるって
FB said so. I'm trying to think of FB. What is FB? No reaction.
桐生萌えか
Mooka stops muttering. She finally looks up. Actually, she just looks at my feet.
岡部君
お前ラボから IBN5100 を持ち出したか
So he thinks the same thing, yeah. Mayuri and Daru look askance at me, but I ignore them.
俺はお前の仕業とは思いたくない仲間だからなしかしお前はあの PC に異常な執着を見せていたどうだやったのかやってないのか
IBN5100 見つけたの
見つけたがなくなった
なくなった
案ずることはないやっていたとしてもお前を警察に突き出すような真似はしないあれを返してさえもらえるならな
The normally expressionless Mooka frowns in bewilderment.
知らないのか
Mooka shakes her head faintly. Then she looks down and begins operating her phone at high speed. What? You're not making any sense. Please explain. Did you really find an IBN 5100? Where? She really doesn't know? If the IBN 5100 had been stolen from the lab, then Mooka would be my first suspect. But the IBN 5100 disappeared from Yanobayashi Shrine, not the lab. It can't have been Mooka's doing. So it was the D-mail? Or perhaps it was the work of SERN.
すまない視圧しよ
I squat in front of Mooka and bow my head.
俺はラボ面であるお前を仲間を疑ってしまった最低な男だな殴ってくれても構わないだがこれだけは分かってくれ俺は機関から命を狙われ続けた結果誰も信じることができなくなってしまったんだ
Why? Why did I have to be born with these gifts that others so covet?
俺は常に疑心暗鬼でどれだけ仲間に囲まれていてもいつも孤独を感じている滑稽だよな
Alright already, just tell me about the IBN 5100.
つうかオカリンさ秋葉の路上で芝居始めるとかどんだけだよ暑さにやられた
So Mooka doesn't know I had an IBN 5100. And judging by her responses, she hasn't found one either. I feel like I'm getting farther and farther away from my goal.
前から思ってたんだけど萌香さんって綺麗な人だよねスタイルも抜群だし背も高いし
Oh wait, so she knows Mooka. I thought they didn't
コ
know.
スプレさせたら映えそうだな
I thought she did. Oh, Maybe this happened because it changed again, right, with Luca? For a second, I doubt my ears. I approach Mayuri.
お前萌香のこと
Ah, yeah.
なぜ知っている？
Don't start shaking her again, please. Damn it! I grab Mayuri by the shoulders and shake her. Her head bounces back and forth. I'm surprised he hasn't broken her neck yet.
オカリンが連れてきたよ。
俺がダルはあの女のことを覚えているのか？
桐生氏なら前にラボで挨拶した罠。
After Mocha sent her D-mail, Mayuri, Daru, and Kurisu behaved as if they'd never met her before. But now both Mayuri and Daru know her? Does that mean Mocha's past was reconstructed again? Given the timing, it has to be, yeah, Lukako's D-mail that did it. Hey, I've got sort of a handle on things. I'm remembering some stuff. But all he did was tell his mother to eat a lot of vegetables. How can that be related to the lab mem's knowledge of Mocha? Is this another example of the butterfly effect? The cause doesn't match the effect at all.
ねえねえオカリン、それよりそろそろフェリスちゃんのお家に行かないとね。きっと待ちくたびれてるよ。
That's true. Let's think about the Mocha issue later. Right now, we should look for the address written on the memo pad.
時にマユリ、フェイリスの本名は何て言うんだ？
バッカ、オカリ何言ってんだ。フェイリスタンの本名はフェイリスニャンニャンショー。それ以上でも以下でもないじゃん。
現実逃避はよせ、ダルよ。フェイリスニャンニャンは所詮源氏名だ。
うわ、最悪っすよ。なんで純真な男たちの夢を壊そうとするかな。
Quit grumbling. You just can't handle the truth.
でマユリ、どうなんだ？知らないのか？
マユシーが教えちゃってもいいのかな。
特に口止めされているわけでもないんだろう。それにこれから自宅に行けばすぐにわかることだぞ。
そっか、そうだよね。その代わりね、他の人には内緒だよ。例えばメイクインに来るご主人様たちとか。
Yeah, because we know that Okabe is so good at keeping secrets. I nod.
フェリスちゃんの本名は秋葉ルミホちゃんって言うんだ。
聞こえない。
Daru covers his ears and drowns the sound out.
秋葉か。
The same characters as in Akihabara. Appropriate. Our destination turns out to be the high-rise apartment building next to UPX.
すごい。
マジで？
超高級マンションだと？
We stand there for a while, staring wide-eyed at the towering building before us. I gotta think, high-rise apartment in like the heart of Akihabara, in the most expensive city to live in the world. I'm like, Farris just works at a cafe. Maybe she's got a rich family. I don't know. Because I can't even imagine how much this would cost, even if it was just like a regular apartment. According to the address Farris gave me, she lives on the top floor, all the way up there. Oh, and it might be a penthouse on top of it.
住所聞き間違えたか？
No, I wouldn't make such a stupid mistake.
まさかフェイリスは機関の手に落ちたのか？
I quickly scan the area. No suspicious figures in sight.
怪しげな黒服連中に命じられるまま俺を組織の網の中へと呼び寄せ一網打尽にするつもりだな。
妄想オツ。事実は小説よりきなり。それにあのフェイリスタンの素顔が実は金持ちのお嬢様だったとか。うわぁ、超燃える展開じゃね？
You might not be far off. I can't think of anything else.
お前こそ妄想オツだな。
とりあえず入ってみようよ。
When we call the top floor room via intercom, we're greeted by the voice of an elderly man. He lets us in immediately once I introduce myself as Hoyen Kiyoma. It feels like we're walking into a trap, but I can't turn back now. Oh dang! Oh dang! I think she might be rich. When we get off the elevator, the elderly man from the intercom is there to lead us inside. He turns out to be a silver-haired gentleman in a tuxedo. Yep. She rich.
リアル執事さんだ。
He does indeed look like a stereotypical butler. He fits the bill so well you wouldn't think he was anything else.
お嬢様、法院京馬様とそのお友達の皆様がお越しです。
The butler leads us into a room. Farris is standing before a large window with a panoramic view of Okabe.
黒木、ありがとにゃ。
I've never seen her wearing anything other than the usual maid uniform, so it's refreshing to see her in her plain clothes. But why does she still have her cat ears on? I was literally just about to say that, and the fact she still says Nyan, even out of work, so this is who she is. I want to ask, I can't help but wonder, but I restrain myself. Even if I did ask, Farris would just say something like, I was born with these, Nya. Well, you gotta think. If she's living in a place like this, she obviously doesn't need her job. I think she literally just does it because she likes it.
にゃにゃ、マユシーとダルニャも来たのかにゃ。
Farris's eyes twinkle when she sees Mayuri and Daru behind me.
フェリスちゃん、こんにちにゃんにゃん。
むほ、フェイリスタンの私服姿とかかわいすぐる。
I silenced the mouth-breathing Daru by introducing his ribs to my elbow.
マイリとダルは勝手についてきた。迷惑なようなら帰らせる。
構わないにゃ。みんなようこそいらっしゃいませにゃ。
というか、自宅でもその語尾は変わらないのか？
何のことかにゃ。
あくまでとぼける気か。秋葉ルミホ。
Wow, didn't Mayuri just literally just say don't... Oh, God. Oh, Okabe, you're the worst.
フェイリスはフェイリスにゃ。
And she didn't even flinch? Whatever.
しかしこの家は一体どういうことだ？秋葉の一等地の超高級マンションとは。
I look around the room again. The interior design and furnishings give a very refined impression, I should say. It's elegant without being ostentatious. Actually, it's kind of like a model home. There's nothing to suggest this room is lived in. No dirty clothes, no used dishware, not even a speck of dust. Maybe she is from the organization, this is just like a hideout spot. That butler, or maybe even some real maids. If there's a butler, there have to be maids, right? Must be constantly cleaning up. Speaking of the butler, he's disappeared. I didn't even notice him leave. He's clearly a master butler if he can move so quietly.
フェイリス。お前一体何者だ？
だからフェイリスはフェイリスにゃ。
Farris says it so nonchalantly. Alright. Oh, Kiri. Oh my god, Kiri. I'm just gonna say assistant. I totally forgot her name for a second there. While you're out, can you buy me a fork? Because I want my own fork. And get me some cup noodles for dinner too. I think there's a brand called Gen-chan Ramen. Get those. You already have your own spoon. Why do you have a fork even though you have a spoon? Or why don't you have a fork even though you have a spoon? Are you stupid? My assistant really loves her cup noodles. I'm gonna start calling you Koiki-san. Okay, I'm gonna do the one where he calls her an idiot. I love how she doesn't even say please or thank you. She's just like, hey, get me a fork. Then he just calls her stupid. I love it. Oh, what am I doing? I want to reply. There we go.
とぼけるな。ちゃんと説明しないならば帰らせてもらう。
なんという偉そうな態度。僕たちってフェイリスタンにお願いしに来た立場じゃなかった？
ふにゃー。じゃあもうちょっとだけ詳しく話すと、この辺の土地はもともとうちのものだったのにゃ。
はあ？
What did she just say? This land originally belonged to her family?
そっか。だから、アキハさんなんだね。
Myri's exclamation connects the dots in my head.
アキハという姓。まさか。秋葉原の代々の大地主の名だとでも言うのか。
Farris nods with a proud expression. So she really is a rich girl character.
ちなみに、フェイリスは秋葉の都市開発計画にも結構な発言力を持ってるにゃ。
Farris wriggles her slender waist and makes a gesture like a cat washing its face.
秋葉の各ショップに萌え文化を積極的に導入するようお願いしたのは他ならぬフェイリスなのにゃ。わー、すごい。フェイリスは子供の頃からそういう会議に出たりしてるのにゃ。
So basically, the chaotic changes in Akiba are all a result of this cat girl's whims? What a monster!
でも今の話は内緒にしといてほしいにゃ。
But you know what? Good for her, though. Like, she goes and does her job. She goes and does work, even though she clearly doesn't need to. And she keeps it a secret. She doesn't use her real name, so at least she's not flaunting or anything. Farris' expression suddenly darkens.
なぜだ。
知りたいのかにゃ。
Farris approaches me with a bewitching expression.
それは。
Farris gently strokes my cheek with her cool, slender fingers. I feel myself falling under her spell. And then, she grins.
フェイリスはフェイリスだからにゃ。
Damn you, cat girl! How dare you make a fool of me?
というわけで、みんなにはこれまで通りフェイリスラブの大ファンとして接してほしいにゃ。
Daru starts fist pumping when he sees Farris's cutesy act.
接します。全力で接します。
マユシーもね、フェリスちゃんのファンだよ。フェリスちゃんのメイドさん魂はとってもすごいんだもん。憧れちゃうよ。
Myra and Daru might have fallen for her charms, but not I.
俺はフェイリスラブなどではない。
I thrust my finger at Farris.
あまり調子に乗らないでもらおうか。フェイリスニャンニャン。でなければ、この高級マンション全体が血に染まることになるぞ。
Jesus. Guy's either at like a 0 or 100. I just love how he says Farris Nyan Nyan with such a serious voice.
家にわざわざ呼びつけて、自らのセレブっぷりを見せつけ、この俺との交渉において精神的優位に立とうとしたのだろうが無駄なこと。なぜなら、俺は狂気のマッドサイエンティスト、法王院京馬だからだ。
理由になってね。
Heh, perfect. Now Farris will tremble in fear and beg for my forgiveness. Or so I thought, but instead she looks at me with gleaming eyes.
はにゃー。自分を貫き通す人って素敵にゃん。
なんだと？
That's my line. I wanted to threaten her, not seduce her. Is Farris a masochist?
正直なこと言うと、あんまりフェイリスのこと話したくなかったにゃ。これまでいろんな人と会ったけど、アキハの跡取りって話すと、みんなフェイリスをフェイリスとして見てくれなくなるのにゃ。フェイリスとアキハルミホは分けてみてほしいのにゃ。
分けるも何も、お前はすでにフェイリスニャンニャンとして確立しているではないか。
その点については全面的に同意するぜオカリン。ニャンニャン語を話し猫耳をつけている時点でそこにいるのはフェイリスなんだ。
意識しすぎているのはお前の方だということだ、フェイリス。
Very occasionally he says something that's actually pretty good. And reasonable.
そうなのかにゃ。
お前は自意識過剰なのだ。俺にとってお前はどこまで行っても勝てる気がしない猫耳メイドでしかない。
Maybe
あ
it's
りがとにゃ、今日な。
as I say, maybe it's because Okabe likes to be Hoi and Kyoma, just like she likes to be Farris. So they're in a weird way kind of alike. Why is she thanking me? Well, she's probably admiring my incredible magnanimity? Mwahaha. Now then, let's finish this idle gossip and get down to business.
それでフェイリスよ。IBN5100 を探す代わりに、お前が要求する交換条件とは一体何だ？よく吟味して条件を出すことだな。俺の右手は一度解き放たれるとあらゆるものを破壊し、後には何も残らないとだけ言っておく。
大丈夫にゃ。
Farris points at the cat ear sticking out of her head.
この猫耳にはあらゆる能力を完全無効化するニャンニャンクリアという力が備わっているのにゃ。京馬の力が暴走した時はフェイリスがきっと止めてみせるにゃ。
I shouldn't have mentioned my hand to Farris. Farris's most terrifying power is one known as Dubbing 10. It allows her to steal other people's stories and add them to her own. I'm the one who named it, of course. The number 10 doesn't really mean anything.
さてさて、それでは発表するにゃ。フェイリスからの条件は
Farris chuckles. But I notice something. Her eyes aren't smiling.
タイムマシンを使わせてほしいにゃ。
Yes, I had a feeling that was it.
昨日メイクインで京馬たちが話してたにゃ。タイムマシンを開発したって。
いかにも。俺たちは人類史上初のタイムマシン実験に成功済みだ。
だから人類史上初はセルンだっつの。
だが勘違いするな。タイムマシンとは言っても机の引き出しを搭乗口にしている青い猫専用の4畳半タイムマシンほど万能ではない。俺たちが成功したのは過去の誰かの携帯に18文字までのメールを送れるというレベルだ。ただしこれだけでもノーベル物理学賞ものであり、人類の歴史を塗り替える超絶スーパーな発明だがな。
過去の誰かにメールが送れる。それってとってもすごいにゃ。ぜひフェイリスにも使わせてほしいにゃ。
Farris jumps up and down with joy.
タイムマシンは我がラボにおける最重要機密事項だ。どうしても使いたいというならばラボ面になってもらう必要があるが。
Well, hopefully she can keep a secret better than Okabe can.
ラボ面って何かにゃ。マユシーたちのサークルの仲間になるっていうことだよ。マユシー的にはね、フェリスちゃんがラボ面になってくれるのはとっても嬉しいな。
右に同じく。
Oh man, Okabe and Rintaro, Jesus. Okabe and Dara are really getting their little harem going, aren't they? They've got, you know, they're gonna have Farris, they're gonna have Kurisu, Mayuri, probably Suzuha at some point, Mooka. I mean, there's Lukako as well. So he's a guy, but I mean, he just looks so pretty.
というか、大歓迎。ぜひ入ってください。お願いします。
どうすればラボ面になれるにゃ？
We need to get Mr. Braun in to kind of like even things out, guys to girls.
契約書などは存在しない。必要なのは、そう。契約者同士による
血の盟約。
The window is closed, but a gust of wind blows through the room. It's coming from the air conditioner. But outside the window, I see rain clouds cover the sky. I hear the rumbling of thunder inside my brain.
なんじ、フェイリスニャンニャンよ。いにしえより、ハイエンシェントワードにて語り継がれる法典に従い、ラボ面へと加わることを望むのならば、その肉、その骨、その血を天の杯へと捧げることを誓い、盟約という名の洗礼を受けよ。さすれば古代の神はそれに応え、汝にラボ面ナンバーを授けるだろう。
何を言ってるのかさっぱりわかんねえ。
あわわ、 マユシーは血の迷薬も良薬も飲んでないよ。ということは、マユシーはラボメンじゃないのかな。
マユシしょんぼりしなくても OK。 これはオカリンのいつもの癖なのだぜ。
そっか、いつもの癖なら仕方ないね。でもよかった。わかったにゃ。血の迷薬受けるにゃ。
I was gonna say she might just be crazy enough to do it. With a grim expression, Farris grabs a small knife on top of her desk and suddenly slashes against her wrist. Jesus!
いや、ペーパーナイフし。
God damn it. Got me.
ダルニャの言う通りにゃ。
It's the fact that I think she might be crazy enough to do it. Ugh, she surprised me. I clear my throat and pull myself together.
ではフェイリス、お前をラボメンナンバー007に認定する。
これでタイムマシン使えるのにゃ。
ああ、そういうことになる。ただし他言無用だ。裏切り者には死を。
Yeah, I'll say you're one to talk.
我がラボの掟だと覚えておけ。
そうだったんだ。
だからオカリンのこの場だけの思いつきだって。
ありがとにゃー、ちょうま。
Farris hugs me by the neck. Oh, that's gonna make Dara mad. A very sweet aroma tickles my nose. And something very soft tickles my...
オカリンてめえ、僕も電話レンジ作ったのに。
そうなのにゃ。じゃあダルニャンも。
Farris flies over to Daru.
オカリンオカリン、フェリスちゃんが喜んでくれてよかったね。
マユリ、お前は実に無邪気だな。
I take out my phone and put it to my ear.
俺だ。ああ、フェイリスはまんまと俺の思惑にはまったよ。所詮17歳の小娘ということだ。あの猫娘は俺との交換条件によって人類の夢、禁断の果実であるタイムマシンを使うという欲望を満たしたつもりでいるが、この俺、法院京馬の手のひらの上で踊らされていることに気づいていない。俺が猫娘との条件を受けた理由だと？そんなもの決まっているだろう。すなわち。
Then I twist my lips into a grin. My razor-sharp shark teeth are probably glistening right now. Damn, I wish I had shark teeth.
あの猫娘は実験台なのだ。何？下道とはひどい言い草だな。あながち間違ってはいないがね。
I was gonna say, she's literally probably right next to you, isn't she? Also, you better not turn Farris into a jellyman. Our D-mail experiments have reached a standstill. Kurisu refuses to become a subject, and Mayuri and Daru are too dumb to be useful. We managed to experiment on Mooka and Lukako, but we still need more data. Along comes Farris. She's going to provide me with both an IBN 5100 and new data. 2 birds with 1 stone.
ああ、つまりフェイリスは俺たちを利用したつもりでいて、実は逆に飛んで火にいる夏の虫状態だったというわけだ。では予定通りに次の実験に移行する。すべてはシュタインズゲートの選択だ。エルプサイコングル。
Someone taps me on the shoulder after I put away my phone. Right after that, they blow into my ear.
今誰と電話してたにゃ。
Exactly, what were you thinking? You couldn't even go into the other room to do that? Farris is behind me. She must have finished servicing Daru while I was still on the phone. Ugh, service. Could you not have used a better word? No doubt she heard everything.
気づくのが遅かったな。フェイリスニャンニャン。すでに血の迷惑はなされた。契約を破れば、お前という人間には破滅が訪れるだろう。もう逃げることはかなわんぞ。
オーケーにゃ。んで、タイムマシンはどこにあるのにゃ？
She's certainly in a hurry.
タイムマシン。正確には電話レンジカッコ仮と呼ぶが、それは我がラボにある。
Well, let's make sure that we get the IBN 5100 first, because if she changes the past, then she might not even remember, like, agreeing to give him a 5100, or maybe the 5100, she won't even be able to have it anymore. This time, we'll make use of the Phonewave, name subject to change its original function, and send the D-mail by remote control. Kurisu should still be in the lab. I'll leave the setup to her. I ask Farris where she wants the D-mail to go. She says she's sending it to her father 10 years ago. I take down his email address. The destination is April 3rd, 2000. Oh god, I miss when 2000 was only 10 years ago. It has to be at 8 a.m. that day, so we use an online calculator to factor in leap years, resulting in 86,168 hours.
ということはね、8万6000秒も動かし続けないとダメなの？電話レンジちゃん、疲れちゃうんじゃないかな？
いや、実際にその秒数を動かすわけではない。
Our previous experiments have confirmed that.
放電現象が起きた時点で送れば、過去へは届くのだ。故に、バタフライ効果により、残りの秒数についてはキャンセルされるはず。
The fact that the D-mail was sent is erased, leaving behind only the mail in the recipient's phone. At least that's what our experiments have shown so far. Now let's call Kurisu. Oh, I gotta do it? Okay.
ハロー。
俺だ。そちらの状況を伝えろ。切りやがった。
そりゃあ切られるっしょ。オカリンの電話の仕方に対応できるのは多分僕とマユシぐらいじゃね。
Again.
ハロー。
おー、今日まだ。無言で切るな。
She's totally gonna do it again.
なんだ、岡部か。てっきりいたずら電話だと思った。
こっちの番号は表示されているだろう。
いきなり意味不明なこと言われたら怖くなって切るわよ。
それはつまり、この俺、法院京馬の狂気ぶりに、
You're totally gonna get hung
リ
up.
フを覚えたというわけだな。それなら仕方な。
Yep.
あいつまた切った。また切ったぞ。
だからオカリンの電話に対応するスキルは僕とマユシしか持ってないと何度言えば。
I quickly redial. Hello.
ハロー。
岡部倫太郎ですけど、電話レンジカッコ仮の設定を少しいじってほしいんです。
I love he just completely neutered now.
初めからそう言えばいいのよ。でも電話レンジ使うの？ブラウン管工房の店長さんに怒られるのは嫌なんだけど。
これは貴重な実験のためなのだ。わかるか、助手よ。お前がミスター・ブラウンに怒られる。ただそれだけの犠牲により、タイムマシンという人類の夢は完成を見るのだ。
ほんと、あんたって適当よね。で、どう設定すればいいんだ？
I tell her Farris's dad's mail address, and I have her set the timer.
はい、入力したわよ。
よし、ご苦労。少し待て。
I turn to Farris.
送る文章は書き終わったか？
I already told her the Phonewave name subject to change his email address. Farris nods.
どんな内容だ？過去を変えるものなのだろう？
それは
What happened to her usual confidence? My guess is that... I mean, the fact that we don't see her father, I'm guessing, like, he died or something, or maybe there was an accident, so she's texting him, or emailing him to let him know, like, hey, on this day, don't go to work, or don't do this, or whatever. Because, I mean, the fact that she's in charge of deciding what Akiba's, like, you know, design the infrastructure, and she's 17 years old, I'm guessing she's the heir, so her father must have died or something, so I'm guessing she's trying to stop that.
恥ずかしいにゃ。企業秘密だにゃ。
秘密だとふざけるな。これは実験だ。内容を公開してもらわねばデータを検証できないではないか。
何言ってるにゃ。これは実験じゃなくて交換条件だにゃ。フェイリスは実験のためじゃなくて自分のためにタイムマシンを使うのにゃ。
卑怯だぞ。
オカリンも人のこと言えないけん。
Daro, you horny fool, are you siding with Farris? And you call yourself a super hacker? Farris covers her phone with her body. Looks like she plans on hiding it to the bitter end. Should we halt the experiment? Ooh, do I have a choice? Probably not. It'd be cool if we had the choice to deny her or not, and that would change how the story would go. An impatient Kurisu nags me through the phone. Don't rush me, damn it.
オカリ、あのね、きっとプライベートな内容だから制作するのは良くないと思うんだ。
What? Even Mayuri's on Farris's side? She was like this with Molika too. This is bad. I thought I had Farris in the palm of my hand. Was I dancing to her tune all along?
Okabe! 返事しないなら切るぞ。
待て。わかった。電話レンジカッコ仮を起動だ。
Damn it, I submitted to the cat girl.
放電現象始まった。
I nod to Farris after getting Carisu's report. Farris puts her finger on the send button and...
ポチッとにゃ。
Now, it looks like everyone's gone, but I always think that, and that's never the case. There's always people around. As the dizziness fades, I exhale slowly and open my eyes. Alright, world, show me your new form. Man, I wish I knew what kind of mail Farris sent. First things first, I'm still in her room. When I look out the window, the Akiba sprawl greets me. I scan the room.
それじゃあカードをオープン。
まだまだ爪が甘いにゃ。リンクカードは3枚取られたでしょ。ウイルスカードは3枚取っちゃったでしょ。マユシーはね、絶対絶命なのです。
What are they doing? The three of them are sitting around a table playing some kind of game.
まだターミナルカードがあるじゃん。次のターンで一発逆転狙えるってマジで。にゃ
ふふ。今さら逆転は無理無理にゃ。ここでフェイリスはターミナルカードのウイルスチェッカーを使っちゃうのにゃ。さあ、マユシーの残りのウイルスカードはどっちかにゃ。
マジパネっすね、フェイリスターン。
できれば2手3手くらい待ってほしいにゃ。ダメかにゃ。にゃ。フェイリスの真似してもダメにゃ。そんな。
Mayuri puts her fingers to both her eyes as if to mime tears. Anyway, it looks like they're playing Raynet Access Battlers. It happened again, reading Steiner. I am the only person in the world who keeps his memories after the past changes. Farris's D-mail worked. That's why the three of them are now playing a card game instead of waiting for Farris to press the button. Farris never even sent the D-mail. If I look at her phone, there won't be any record of it in her sent history. And even if I demand she tell me what she sent, she won't be able to answer, because the very fact that she sent it has been erased. Now, this is what worries me, the fact that things have changed and she won't remember the agreement to get the IBN 5100, or maybe the IBN 5100, maybe she doesn't even have it anymore. The only trace of the D-mail is in the recipient's phone, namely Farris's father's phone 10 years ago. But that 10-year-old mail data was most likely erased long ago, so I don't think we can check. I have to figure out what changed the hard way. Let's start looking for differences. Oh. Alright, it's so hot and humid. It's been a while since my last Japanese summer, but I don't remember it being this humid. I'm dying. Alright, you'll just have to deal with it until I complete my weather controller. That's not a typo, is it? You're an @channeler to the core. Yeah, anytime there's a choice for me to make fun of her for being an @channeler, I'm gonna do that.
最初はマユシーもいい感じだったにゃ。素質はあるにゃ。でもたとえの試合とはいえディフェンディングチャンピオンが負けるわけにはいかないにゃ。それに今度の大会では絶対に優勝するってパパとも約束したのにゃ。その日まで誰にも負けられないにゃ。
Oh, I bet that's it. Her father's probably alive now.
パパ？
Farris nods happily.
もしフェイリスが優勝したらパパは仕事中でも時間を作って絶対に祝福に来てくれるって言ってくれたのにゃ。
僕も全力で祝福したいわけだが、その日の夜は空いてるかい？
夜はパパと二人でお食事にゃ。
そう。
決勝戦はラボのみんなで応援に行くね。ありがとにゃ。
決勝の相手ってバイラルアタッカーズとかいうコンビだったっけ？下馬評じゃノーマークだったのに、まさかフェイリスタンのライバルであるイディオナを任しちゃうとはな。フェイリスタンとイディオナのデュエルは毎回神がかってるから今回も楽しみにしてたのに。
他のライネッターの試合は全然見てないんやけど、バイラルアタッカーズってそんなに強いのかにゃ。
フェイリスタンの敵じゃないよ。フェイリスタンは最強。フェイリスタンは神。にゃーん。そこまで持ち上げられると照れるにゃ。
As I listen to their conversation, I feel a strange churning in my gut. Something's not right here. A voice whispers from deep within, deeper than reason. I play the conversation back in my head and soon realize the source of my discomfort. The Farris I knew has never been to an official Raynet tournament. Oh, okay. And yet now she's about to compete in the tournament finals. Which means she's been going to tournaments for a while. And once again, it's probably because her father's alive that she's doing this. Is this the change that Farris wanted to make? Considering the recipient was her father, maybe he was strict and wouldn't let her go to tournaments. But is that a reason to change the past? Farris is only 17 years old. It's not too late for her to start participating in tournaments. If there was an age limit to Raynet tournaments, that would be one thing. I guess it was just that important to her? At that moment, someone knocks on the door. Oh! The door opens halfway and a middle-aged man appears. Oh, it's so creepy. It's not the butler. Oh god, the pink eyes are adorable on Farris. On him, he looks like a demon. Yep. That's totally what it is. She brought her dad back.
Papa!
Farris quickly gets up and leaves the room.
ぐはフェイリスタンのお父様か。挨拶しておかないとまずくね。
フェリスちゃんのパパさんって社長さんなんだよね。すごいな。
Farris soon returns. Then she turns to us and puts her hands together in a gesture of apology.
ごめんにゃ。フェイリスはパパと出かけなくちゃいけなくなっちゃったにゃ。それじゃあマユシーたちはこれでバイバイさせてもらうね。
フェイリスタン、僕とのお手合わせは 手取り足取りライネットの何たるかを抗議してくれるっていう約束は？
誰もそんな約束してないと思うにゃ。
ええ、そうですとも。言ってみただけだからな。
ダルくん、フェリスちゃんを困らせたらダメなんだよ。ほら、オカリンも帰ろう。
ああ、
そういえば京馬はやけに静かだったにゃ。どうかしたのにゃ？
いや、空き場を高みから見下ろし越に入っていただけだ。
さすがオカリン、意味不明なり。
Farris, her dad, and their butler see us off. Her dad tells us to come visit again. Farris's dad seemed like a cool guy. He's not pompous like you would expect rich people to be. The sun is setting, but there's still a crowd in front of Akiba Station. More foreigners than usual. People come from all over the world to buy electronics and otaku goods in Akiba, but it looks like the satellite is attracting some as well. Man, it's hot. Less than a minute outside and I'm already drenched in sweat. Farris's air-conditioned apartment was a little slice of heaven. I'd love air conditioning in the lab, but we don't have that kind of money. Anyway, how about some food? I turn around to ask Daru and Mayushi what they think. Mayuri's not there.
マイリはどこへ行った？
ん？あれ？そういえば消えてる。
Did Stardust handshake activate again? I scan the area. There she is, walking casually towards the station. I admit I'm bad for that. I'm known in groups of people to just kind of wander off if something catches my attention. She's already about 50 meters away. I chase after her.
マイリ、どこへ行く？
オカリン、マユシーはこれからお家に帰るんだけど、中野に寄っていこうと思って。
帰るなら帰るとなぜ言わんのだ？
ごめんね。でもね、中野に行かなきゃって考えてたらね。
マユシの気配を消していなくなる能力は異常。
And my friends call me a ninja too. They're just like, I just kind of slip away without even letting them know. But I wouldn't go to a whole other, like, place. I wouldn't just leave the group. It's just usually like if I see something in a shop window or whatever, I go and check it out. Not to the point where I leave. Mayuri does this a lot. She just wanders off without saying anything. And just like Daru said, you never notice she's gone. So when you turn around to look for her, it's like she's vanished into thin air. Ooh, foreshadowing perhaps, like the people at the beginning of the game. Stardust handshake and sneaking fade. Why do her powers have to be so annoying?
そもそも中野に何の用があるのだ？
昨日アイソードの同人誌が出たんだ。
エロ？
でもね、絵師さんは甲賀由衣さんなんだよ。マユシーは久々に本気出さなきゃって思って。
へえ、甲賀由衣か。去年のガンバムのキャラデザっしょ？
Alright, Gunbem, formerly known as Mobile Jacket Gunbem, a seminal work of robot anime. The first series aired in the late 1970s, and there has been many sequels and spin-offs since.
そうだよ。
僕の分も買っといて。
わかった。
おいおい、お前たち何を言っているんだ？同人誌ならば虎の穴が目の前にあるではないか。
Daru and Mayuri stare at me blankly.
目の前って
Oh.
どこ？
Oh shit. Oh, because Farris, his dad is alive, he would be the one in charge of deciding what goes in Akihabara, so it wouldn't be all the stuff, the Moe stuff that Farris put there. Oh, that's a big change. That's a big change. There's been little tiny changes so far. This is something major. I follow my pointing finger. Tora Noana isn't there. I rub my eyes and blink several times. It doesn't help. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. I check up and down the street, but no, it's nowhere to be found. And what's more, I can't find Animate either. It's supposed to be right next to Toranoana. Instead, I see electronic stores, Daiichi Kaden and T21 Minami. Never seen them before in my life. Wait, I remember Mr. Braun saying that Akiba used to have a lot more electronic shops. Many of them closed. I think Daiichi Kaden and T21 Minami were among them. Okay. So once her father passed away, then I'm guessing Farris, she switched it over to all the cute stuff.
虎の穴もアニメイトも。
それはひょっとしてギャグで言っているのか？
は？
秋葉には虎の穴もアニメイトもないよ。だからマユシーは中野まで同人誌を買いに行くのです。
ないってどういうことだ？昨日までは普通にあったよな。
What about earlier today? I wasn't really paying attention on the way to Farris's apartment, but I'm pretty sure they were still there.
だからないって。そもそもそういう萌えショップが秋葉にあるわけないじゃん。萌えの聖地といえば中野だろ、上皇。
Oh shit, if there's no Moe stores, then that means that the maid cafe probably isn't there either, is it?
秋葉の方が萌えの聖地としては世界規模で有名ではないか。
ついに暑さでおかしくなったか、オカリン。秋葉は電気街。萌えショップができようもんならマニアどもが暴動を起こすレベルだお。
This feeling again. Dissonance. My memories don't match reality. The past has changed. Part of me knows what has happened. But I still can't help but ask.
マンダラケは？
ないよ。
秋葉王？
それは普通にあるっしょ。
同人誌を売ってる秋葉王国のことだ。
なんぞそれ。
秋葉王で同人誌が売ってるの？
それはないわ。いくらなんでも無理があるわ。
ゲーマーズは？ラムタラは？
They shake their heads.
メロンブックスは？遊びとシティは？
They look confused. So basically, I swallow hard. I finally understand. It's hard to believe, but I must face the truth.
この街の混沌が薄らいでいる。
Every last store that sold anime, eroge, or moe goods have disappeared from Akiba. In a final desperate attempt to deny reality, I run to May Queen. Yep, it's gonna be gone, the maid cafe where Mayuri and Farris work, and which Daru and I frequent. Oh, this is the most upsetting part at all, but upon arriving at the storefront, I am forced to my knees in abject defeat.
ない。
So the question is, if the maid cafe didn't exist, how do Daru and Mayuri and Farris know each other? It's all gone. It's not just the moe stores, even the maid cafes have disappeared.
マユリ、お前メイクインで働いていたよな。
メイクインって何かな？じゃがいも？
メイクインニャンニャンだ。
I asked Daru too, but no reaction.
マユシーがバイトしてるのはルモアンヌだよ。
ルモアンヌ？それはメイド喫茶か？
普通の喫茶店。
秋葉にはメイド喫茶は一軒もないのか？
ねえよ。秋葉に来る人間はそういう萌えビジネスとか毛嫌いしてんだから誰も寄りつかないって。
It's clear now. This has to be the result of Farris's D-mail. The butterfly effect is at it again. Farris said she had influence over Akiba's development board. They adopted her plan and embraced the moed industry. But by sending a D-mail to 2000, the world line has shifted to one where that never happened. Akiba is still electronics all the way. To think that a single mail could rewrite 10 years of a town's history. Is it okay to change history on a whim like this? I almost feel guilty about it, but since I'm the only one who remembers the original Akiba, nobody can blame me. And it's not like I can change it back. But still, what in the world did Farris's D-mail say? Alright guys, so that will do it for this episode. These are the changes I wanted, like, not just these little things here and there, like, this is a big tangible change, with places that we went to gone, and the world line changing in a big way. Someone who I assume was dead is now alive, and it just makes me excited for what other big changes can come from this, and I know there's multiple endings, so it just makes me think, like, the little changes here and there, and I'm guessing the changes I make through my emails and stuff like that, where am I going on the timeline? Like, which ending am I going to get? I'm so excited to see, like, what's going to happen and what other changes are going to happen. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and be sure to stay tuned for the next one. Until next time, bye guys. Special shout out to my top tier patrons: Namara Kito, Sparky, iCognito, Simon Rax, Mad Goldsmith, Harry Gazif, and Asborn Kennedy.